What's up? It's Yirmiyahu Ben Israel. We're gonna talk about a crazy story, man. Sheesh. This is actually ties in with the music industry as well, because the entertainment industry, man, they're all run by devils, man. They're all run by agents of Satan. Because again, most of these people, whether they're called Illuminati, occult, Third Eye Gang, whatever you want to call it, Satanists, they're all the same thing, just different sects of the same demonic worshippers. And this is a crazy story. I just had to speak about this because this is something that actually goes down like every single day. God bless, these missing kids that you see on the milk cartons and whatnot. Like these children, they, especially even the ones who, who grow up in show business and, in the entertainment industry in general. These children are scarred and they grow up to become, damaged. It's just like, it's no different when, some man that's been molested when they were a kid. It's like, it's terrible. Just hearing, stories of when people tell me when, this happens to them, and it's like, it's just a sick feeling, because it's like, dang, it's like, how can you look at a child and get sexually aroused? That is just the most one of the most demonic things man or woman could do. Like, just to take out your to have a sexual fantasy about a child being nude and doing nasty things to you. That's beyond gross. That's just like, I already got a problem with Letter Gang, but I mean, this is just like beyond. Matter of fact, it ties in with Letter Gang, because we're actually gonna get into that in a sec. But let me start speaking about this article here. It says, Disney employee among 8 men arrested in a horrific Polk County child pornography bust, sheriff says. Excuse me. It says, the Polk County Sheriff's Office is searching for children who may have been sexually victimized after detectives arrested 8 men, including a Disney employee, for child pornography. According to Polk County Sheriff's Office, the men were arrested during Operation Maze Monsters. And that's exactly what they are. They're monsters. Straight devils, like manifested in the flesh and all that. An investigation by the PCSO Computer Crimes Unit, which focused on identifying those who possess and distributed child pornography. Detectives say the child pornography included thousands of photos and videos depicting babies, toddlers, and children being sexually battered, forced to engage in sex acts, or displayed in sexually explicit poses. According to Polk County Sheriff Grad Jude, PCSO began investigating 58-year-old Stefan Young, a self-employed border photographer in Polk County, after a concerned citizen reported seeing an advertisement on Craigslist in which the man said he would take photos of children. Jude says the photographer bragged to an undercover deputy that he took the pictures of the kids in their underwear, or sometimes totally nude, with their parents' permission. See, it's even crazier when someone as a parent is willing to give up their kid as a sacrifice, for this money, for, whatever worldly gain they're willing to sacrifice, their own blood, something that they created for their own sick desires. They're willing to, sacrifice their kid like they're sacrificing a goat or something. This is, it's even worse because, as a child, as a kid, whatever, you expect your parents to be always trying to protect you. You expect them to be, always having your back. trying to make sure that, you're protected, because, as a child, you don't know nothing. That's why you're crying, because you're like, you're looking for that comfort. And here comes, like, your parents who, regardless if they're like, super good or decent, you're looking, that's your protection, because you don't know, nothing else aside from this immediate protection. And when, that protection is taken for granted and turned into, basically just, it's a free fall for the kid. I feel sorry for these children that are put in these terrible situations, because Yah knows these parents deserve to be burned alive, straight up, just like when they sacrificed to Moloch. They deserve to be burned alive. To put a child in this harm's way, this is why human trafficking is rampant, because of garbage like this. But I continue. He said, if Grady Jude finds out, we're in trouble, because he will take art and make it pornography, Jude stated. According to Jude, the photographer told the undercover agent that he had physical sexual contact with girls who were 8 and 9 years old. Jude says he was arrested and charged with 3 counts of possession of child pornography. Jude added that the children in the images did not appear to be from Polk County. We want to find these victims, Jude said. Help us out. This is a bad man, and we want him to go to prison for a long time. And again, I'm shocked because, again, they actually showing 6 demonic men who are all Edomites. And I'm shocked that this isn't an attack on the Israelites. But as I stated in my last video, if you're away, the highest percentage of people, obviously the crimes are going to be more rampant. But again, it's an attack on the black man, the so-called black and brown man. But I mean, I applaud Fox News, even though they're on the agenda as well. I applaud them for exposing these individuals, because they have an agenda too, but they're not as I guess you could say one-sided when it comes to exposing whether you're an Edomite, an Israelite, a Hamite, or an Ishmaelite. But this gross story continues, saying, we want to find these victims, Jude said. Help us out. This is a bad man. We want him to go to prison for a long time. 6 of 8 men arrested in Polk County on child pornography charges. Images are courtesy of the Polk County Sheriff's Office. And it's crazy because one of them straight up looks like he's about to cry. Boy, I hope they put a wig on you and make you a punk. I hope so. You deserve exactly what's going to come to you, because although I've never been in jail or prison, I know how it works, where the inmates get to look up your paperwork and they find out what you did. And they find out that you're a child predator, a child rapist. You're going to be somebody's girl, bro, and you out of shape and whatnot. Man, better start wig shopping, boy. You're going to be a punk when you get to prison. Another man who was arrested, 40-year-old Paul Veal of Devonport, worked at the Cosmic Rays restaurant at Disney World, according to investigators. He was a sadomasochist. I'm going to keep it a buck. I do not know what that is, but I will research that after this. There were photos where they tied up babies and prepped for sexual battery. There was one, a weeks-old child, where the child's hands are tied behind her back. Can you believe that? Sheriff Jude described. Absolutely disgusting, but I'm gonna fight to finish reading this garbage. Vale faces a whopping 540 counts of child porn. That's 540 felony charges. He needs to get castrated at the same time. Slowly. Why do people like Paul Veal work at Disney? That's where the children are, explained Jude. Jude added, his wife asked, she's only been married to him for a year. She asked, did I marry a monster? Yes, he married a monster. The sheriff said, another man who was arrested worked at Best Buy. and made potato salad at Publix. "We're not letting that rascal make potato salad in the jail," said Jude. Jude said that most of the men were employed, though one did not work and live with his parents. What a loser. He added that many of the men were married and at least, man, this person got to spell this better. He added that many of the men were married, and I'm assuming they meant to say had at least one child, though detectives did not find images of these children in the child pornography. According to PCSO, deputies seized 1,276 images during this child pornography operation. These videos and photographs are some of the most horrific my detectives have ever seen. Images of children being forced to expose their genitalia and raped, said Polk County Sheriff Grady Jude. Each time one of these monsters upload and share child pornography, they are feeding a child exploitation pipeline, and they are victimizing children over and over again. Parents, this is another stark reminder of why it is important to get all in your child's business when it comes to their game stations, cell phones, and other electronic devices. In total, the suspect faces 1,280 felony charges, with more expected as the investigation continues. So, with that, absolutely absurd, disturbing, everything and above. It's messed up because, what's crazy again, because, although JC is a lie, Satan is very real. And, again, the whole story of him trying to be like the Most High, that's real, because, why do you think the Letter Gang wants to normalize grown men putting on makeup, putting on, female clothing, and doing these sexual dances in front of them? What do you think they're doing? They're grooming them. They're getting them ready to, it's the same thing as like some, a regular pedophile man who's not even doing the whole dressing in women garments thing. It's the same thing. There's nothing new under the sun. The only difference is that it's been modernized into a twisted version of, or a ramped up version of Sodom and Gomorrah. Because it's crazy. I never understood that, where parents, especially parents, would allow their children to go to these drag queen shows where grown men are dancing sexually for these underage children. If you're going to do that, you might as well get a female who's doing the same thing, except she's a woman. So you expect this to be her to be sexualized, because women have been sexualized for a while. But if you're going to do that, don't have a man acting like a woman and then all of a sudden they're grooming them, and who knows, the poor kids, they don't know anything, and they're getting turned on, or they're getting their brains wired into thinking this is normal, and then that's how this monsters get close to them, and then boom, your kid is raped, your kid is scarred for life, and that's how they get into the Letter Gang, and then start with the makeup and the hormone pills and all this other garbage that they influence these kids to do, especially in these schools. I couldn't imagine. Hallelujah. I ain't seen none of this garbage, when I used to go to school. But, man, these kids, public schools are something else. I know, like, all these other religions are false and whatnot, but I couldn't imagine, you're a Christian or a Muslim and you got to see this garbage. I just saw a video of, little children going to school, and then they had like a whole teachers wearing like the whole Letter Gang propaganda, just indoctrinating these kids. It's so evil. It's like, if you're gonna do this, at least like let them be 18 and then make their decisions. No, they want to get them when they're young, so that they could just continue to make the nation foolish. But there, excuse me, there's nothing new under the sun. And I'm not surprised, because companies like Disney, anything entertainment-wise in Hollywood or whatever, this is just what's being surfaced, what's happening behind closed doors. Imagine the super rich, just your top celebrities that are dumb rich or whatever, working for these, humongous corporations. Imagine what they're getting away with. Imagine what your Bill Gates, your Jeff Bezos, your Elon Musk. Imagine what they're getting away with because of the amount of money that they have to hush these children, or to hush up these people up, so that they don't say a word to get their name exposed. Because if let's just say somebody gets like $10 million, you say something, that's your head. Now they're gonna send their hitman on you because they have all the money in the world to put an end to you exposing them. Same thing with the music industry. It's all tied in together because they have an agenda. They all worship Satan. From the again, like I said earlier, like any group, like the Illuminati, the Freemasons, they're all in on it. It's not a coincidence everyone's only showing like one eye in a video, a music video or whatever, whether it be like a commercial. They're always showing the occult symbolism. They love talking about horoscopes. They love talking about magic. They love talking about destiny and you could do whatever you want and garbage like that. Love making false history, because again, people don't critically research, so they're just gonna basically just take whatever is given to them. Like I saw this stupid video of talking about ancient languages of olden times, talking about this is what the Egyptians looked and sound like. And of course, what did they show? They showed a whole lot of European people. So we're just gonna forget where the nation of why these so-called black people were enslaved. Because again, what does the world tell you? The world tells you that black people were enslaved because of the curse of Ham, which it makes zero sense, because Ham was cursed because he saw Isaac naked, but that doesn't mean that he was cursed. They say that black people are cursed because Ham became black, and that was his curse. When that doesn't tie up with the Bible, because that's where Ham originates from, the Bible. So there's nowhere in the Bible where it says when Ham, because the original story it says Ham. Matter of fact, we're gonna go to the scriptures right here. Let me stop all this talking right here. Let me just find it right here. We're gonna go to Genesis 9:20. Yeah, that's a lie of the world. They love to say, black people are cursed because of Ham. And I know, like, what you call that false religion? They call it Christian, but obviously it's not Christian. Not Jehovah's Witness. What's the other? Latter-day Saints. Yeah, the Mormons. Yeah, they love to say that's the reason. Man, you want to talk about racist? They say black people are cursed because of their skin color. And Joseph Smith, obviously a false prophet. Man, these people are sick. But anyways, we're gonna get to the verse right here where it talks about the true curse of Ham, and it mentions nothing about your skin color became black. Like, nah. Matter of fact, I showed in a video previously, where I talked about what color the Israelites were, and I said Moses was a Levite and he was black, and I showed in Exodus chapter 4 where Yah told him to put his hand in his bosom, and it became leprous as snow. And when he took it out, it became normal again. What does that mean? It means that he was a skin color opposite of something that was leprous as snow. So what does that mean? That he was dark, because it wouldn't make sense if he was already white or fair-skinned, and then his hand became leprous as snow. That wouldn't make any sense, because again, leprosy today and the leprosy of Bible or biblical times, like in the BC area, those were two different meanings. There's a reason why they twisted that around as well too, so that you don't know the truth. But we're gonna get to this verse about Ham, the curse of Ham, right here, Genesis 9 verse 20. starting there, it says, and Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine and was drunken. And he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. Excuse me if I said Isaac, by the way. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem, not Sem, there's no such thing as a Semite, and Shem and Japhet took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward. And they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be Yahweh thy Elohim of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Elohim shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. So again, nowhere in what I just read, and you can look it up yourself in Genesis chapter 9. Make sure it's the King James Version, because all the other versions are corrupted, and they were translated from the false book, or these false dudes. Honestly, I forgot their names off the top of my head, but I'll make that into a whole video. Just, if you want, you can just look up the Septuagint and the Vaticus. Those are false books that were took words away out of the original text, which was what I'm reading right now is the King James Version, which was a translator from the Textus Receptus, which is the authoritative version of the Bible that didn't have the original words taken away. Yeah, maybe like you could say the Lord. Yeah, they put the Lord, and that's why there's a reason why I'm saying Yahweh and Elohim, because that's his name. That's what the Hebrews called him. And these Judaism, the fake Jews, they took out Yah's real name, and they try to leave out some hints, like in somewhere in the book of Exodus. It's like Exodus chapter 6, where it says like Jehovah. Yes, I believe it says Jehovah, but yeah, it's a similar thing. Like maybe once or twice you see his actual name in there, but yeah. But yeah, as you can see, or as you can hear, nowhere in the book of Genesis in chapter 9 does it say, "Cursed is Canaan because of your skin color is black." That is a crock of garbage that one of these false religions made up, and it's just a lie. It's just a lie that been running for quite some time now. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on this topic here, because this is exactly what's going down in these elite groups. They gotta, in order to get up the ranks, you gotta just do more wickedness. You gotta kill, you gotta rape, you gotta pillage, you gotta do some type of paganism in order to get the approval of these sick bastards. That's the only way to rise up the ranks, is to do as much wicketry as you can, whether it be like violate a child, sacrifice somebody. It's levels to this thing right here, man. But that's about it, and it's Yirmiyahu, and all praise to the Most High.